So, the content of this meeting is being sent to YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're doing live streaming. It really helps when folks can't make it because then they can just click on the link
Mm-hmm.
and they can watch it later.
Yeah. So,
Got it. So
yes.
yeah, and it's nice because it's private. So it's not like it's just out there on YouTube. It's
Right.
just for those of us we share the link with. So that's good. How's everything else in your world?
I mean, it's good. I've got friends who are evacuating. I've got friends who just came back from North Carolina. My
Whereabouts were they?
uh near Asheville. So they can't get back to their place, so
Hmm.
it's so I do you know Steve Hart's?
Mm-mm.
No,
No.
yeah.
No. I
Uh,
know Medina's still up there just getting some power and some internet with a friend,
right,
but not working so good at her house yet.
right. But the fact that that the road wasn't completely washed away and her house is still standing is pretty
That's a
impressive.
very good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
she's out there on the edge of the mountain.
Is she?
Yes.
I've
I
not been to
mean,
her place yet.
I've been, I mean, up a very, I mean, these narrow one-lane windy roads that go up
I do.
mountains.
I do. I do. I've been begging for an invitation.
She'll give you one. I mean, you all you have to do is
Our
once she's
schedules,
back in.
yeah, our schedules are my schedule is so busy. I'm so committed right now. I just, I'm telling people, yeah, November 6th, talk to me about doing something.
Right.
And
Yeah,
until the 6th, I
yeah,
don't have any time for you.
right.
I have important work to do. Oh gosh.
Yeah. And
It'll be fun.
I don't know. I'm more concerned about January, or I'm at least as concerned about January 6th, either way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. We'll see.
yeah.
Oh, and don't you know, I forgot. I try and keep this very, very non just on neutral ground. Hey,
Yeah.
Carlene. And I just remembered we're recording, so
Right.
Carlene's got a pretty sunset there for her picture. And her ceiling.
So Colleen will not be in the car today.
No, that's right. We're usually in the car.
Talking. I tried to get on with my Chromebook and it just kept circling. So
Hmm.
I said, well, let me try the phone. And here you are.
It's
I mean,
it's really interesting how I've been taking my Chromebook with me a lot of places. It's just lighter weight and easier to deal with. But in terms of Zoom, it doesn't like Zoom very much.
Wow.
Not sure what it is, but it just I'm never happy with Zoom. So I actually took when I was on the road last week, I took my laptop because I just wanted it to work, It's a novel thing. Last night I was at the library and during the um, power outages and the internet outages that everybody had here last week, people were flocking to the library parking lot because they still had um, internet, which was fabulous. And I wasn't getting it in the parking lot, so I don't know how they were, but I'm glad they were.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Freezing.
Where are you?
I'm in Michigan. It was only 36
goodness.
degrees a little while ago.
Oh my
Ooh.
gosh. Oh wow.
I got
Hey.
2 more weeks and then I'm back in the Keys.
Okay. Hey Jackie. Hey Linda.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
So you're an island today, huh, Jackie?
I am, and Lou couldn't get here in her car. So there you go.
Wow.
It's the king tides, and there's just been so much more flooding. Like Linda's okay. She's on the other side of Jean Lafitte. I'm over
Right.
here.
Are you flooded, Jackie? Are you flooded?
Yeah,
Yes.
my car is a little Lexus low,
Oh,
so
no.
I can't get through the puddle.
Oh,
it's
but the
a-
car itself is safe.
Oh yeah, it's in my carport. It's doing me absolutely no good.
Good morning, Jerry. Nice to see your I didn't know that's how you spelled your whole name. He's muted. Probably eating breakfast.
I'm going to get off video so I can eat my breakfast.
That's
I
fine.
was woken up last night by I'm babysitting a very large standard poodle who apparently is afraid of thunder.
Oh
great.
wow.
So at about 1 o'clock in the morning, he tried to climb in bed with me.
Oh, do you have a thunder shirt?
It's not my dog, I only have him for a month, and I didn't get a thunder shirt with
Well,
him.
what are
That's
they
a-
thinking?
I don't know.
That was quite a show with the lightning and everything at like between midnight and
Was it?
1. Oh, you couldn't I didn't hear thunder that much for the amount of
Really?
lightning over the bay. It was up high. It was wild.
Wow.
But it was beautiful.
It was.
That, one of the things with shutters is you don't see the lightning.
Right.
Yeah.
It's true.
Hey, Renee, where have you guys been? Just busy?
Vacation
Oh, that's right. You were traveling. You were traveling.
up to Pennsylvania and back.
Yeah, good for you. Good
Uh,
for you. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. There may be some other folks trickling in. I was sure hoping that Louise Stillifson and Martin were going to come in because she had a lot of really good questions that she sent me, and they pertain to what we were talking about. And also Teresa had some questions, and I kind of wanted to touch base on that.
You're not muted.
And if they don't show up, I'm gonna have to answer these questions again. But they're really good ones. Hey, Andy,
Hi, morning.
how are you doing?
All right, I'm in.
So I think that Linnell wins the prize for cold this morning. I have fog, but she has 36, I think she said. And I don't know if your mom is coming or not, Linnell.
I don't think so, because I don't think the subject interested her today. But we'll see.
Okay.
Are we doing the Apple iOS today, or was that last week?
That was just one tiny piece of what we're doing. So, let me
I'll give
just,
her a buzz and I'll give her a call and see if she wants to join.
yeah, go ahead. All right, somebody has, I can't get the link this AM. Is your class canceled? And they just did, no, we're here. Somebody's trying to get in. Let me give them the link. All right, let's see, copy link. Send that to them. Oh, they sent it by text. That's so funny. I'm going to go ahead and share this screen so that folks who did not make it into class. Oh my gosh, Amy's here. All right, so someone sent me a text. I don't know who it is because they sent the text. Just love this message. blocked. Well, that's so fun. All right, so let's just share a screen so you can see what silliness is going on here. All right, so I got this. You can see it's a phone number, not a name. Hi,
Right.
I can't get the link this AM. Is your class canceled?
What
So I have no
phone
idea who this
number?
is.
What is TMO mail? I never heard of that.
Yeah, I
And it's a
hate
New
this
Jersey
feature.
number.
I hate this feature. This is text. And there was someone else in Joy who used to do this to me all the time. They would send me a text, and on a phone, it comes up to be the tiniest little print and really annoying because you couldn't just open it and look and see what the message was. So anyway, so I don't know who it is. I know it's somebody from class. What's interesting is tmomail.net. So for some reason, it goes from text to email, which again makes no sense. And you can see here it's text. And if I look at it, okay, that's all I get. So close that. So I replied to them and said, this is the link, which I did send, you all saw it. And then I get a message that says, message is blocked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in their phone number, 732 7731. That's too many numbers, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, no wonder it's blocked. Well, that's really bizarre.
732-773-1291. No, that's fine.
1291.
Forget the first one. 732-773-1291. That's the right number.
1291. Okay. All right. All right. I just told him to call me so we can figure out who this is. So just very bizarre though that it comes from text. And sometimes what we had figured out with the person who used to be doing it to me in Joy, it was an iPhone and they weren't going to contacts to send, no, they were going to contacts to send me something, and they weren't going to the platform, the app that they wanted to send. So if you just go to me on your contacts and you have an iPhone, I'm not sure if it's changed because I don't have an iPhone in front of me, but what used to be is that you would just tap that you were going to send something and you start typing and it sent it. The person thought they were sending me a text. It was coming through email. So rather than opening up an email app, like, let me just open up Scott's here, just for big screen. So when I open up the mail app, that's going to open mail and I'll send a mail, right?
Right.
Hard to see when I'm holding this thing. But what they were doing is they were going to contacts, which I don't even know where his contacts is. Here it is. They were going to contacts. And from contacts, here I am. Now it's very clearly marked what we're going to do here, right? You've got message, call, or mail. But I think that person's confusion was, oh, I want to give Betsy a message. And so they were doing this, but they were doing it on their phone. I'm not sure how it was working. But
Yeah,
the bottom line was, if you, oh, for heaven's sakes, Scott's thing, The bottom line was, if you're going to send an email, open up your email app. If you're going to send a text, open up the text app. It's fairly simple. So I haven't seen this in a long time. We'll see if this person calls and we can solve their issue. I don't know who it is.
I think another takeaway is it's always polite to sign your name, even if you think the person knows who you are.
Thank you. That is true. All right. So what I was also going to do, why I was there in the first place, was to look at our schedule for today, because Linnell had said that it seemed like it was just going to be Apple, and I was trying to be really, really specific that it wasn't just going to be Apple. Oh, here we go.
I just talked to my mom.
Hang
She
on one sec. Hello. Yeah. Hey. So it came through as just a phone number, and I replied to your email, and it said I was blocked. But I sent an email this morning so that you could so actually I sent it last night so everybody could get in class. And it is there. Let's see. Nope, it's got it. Yeah, no, it's coming. The email comes from Great Heart Helping Hands, GHH for you. Well, you have to train your email that I am not spam. And then I just sent you another one in response to your email that you're saying that you couldn't get in. Okay, so last night it was you got an email from Maria, and it said, as the hurricane comes, blah blah blah, we will be closed. And then I forwarded that to everyone, so it would have come that was at 4:40 yesterday. At 4:40, and it says, hopefully you noticed that the Joy Center is closed tomorrow, but we are open. So I'm just going to go ahead and forward this to you directly again. Okay, so I just sent it to you. Well, don't talk, because I'm holding class waiting for you to get in to talk about that. So get your email and come to class. Okay. All right, bye. All right, it was Louise.
Okay, my mom won't be joining us because she didn't get the subsequent email from you. Well, she didn't see it. Doesn't mean she didn't get it. She didn't see it. So she already was
Gotcha.
doing something else.
Gotcha. Okay, good to know. All right, so I had written down that we were talking about changing passwords, cloud, Facebook. So were we talking about Apple?
Yes, you were going to do the 18 download, which we just had onto the iPhone. That was on
Okay.
the software.
Okay. Oh, so that's why she didn't want to. That makes sense. But it was just going to be brief. Because we also had the Android as well, I believe.
This isn't a criticism, but sometimes your brief is longer than brief.
I know. You're
And she-
absolutely right.
And she gets very impatient.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Maybe you could coach her because it's really hard. Sometimes all I can see is her forehead and not her eyes or anything. But I can tell what's happening when I can see people's faces. And I would love it if she started to feel comfortable to speak up. You know,
Well, part of her
questions.
problem is hearing, so she doesn't always hear everything very well. So
Oh, that's too bad.
yes, even with her hearing aids.
Yeah, got it. Got it. All right. So apparently I'm not delivering on the 18 because Scott is gone. I didn't expect him to be gone and I was going to use his phone. And he is unexpectedly gone to Atlanta today. So what we're going to do, here she comes. While we're waiting for her. Oh, she's in now. Who has done the 18 upgrade? Apple people. Okay. What changes have you seen?
It's too soon. I just did it yesterday, so I haven't seen anything.
Okay. Jackie? You're still muted. No, you're still talking and you're muted.
Just the new app thing, but I do get messages that says live voicemail. Find out what that's about right now. I haven't done it yet because it's been a little busy. I have daughters in Tampa and Jacksonville. So here I've been talking them off the ledge. So anyway, I haven't had a chance to go in depth, but there's some changes because it'll say continue. It's trying to instruct me on the new live voicemail. Don't even know what that is yet.
So, because I don't have his phone, I will tell you about it in Google. Because with my phone, I've got what happens is when someone calls me and it's not a number that I have in my phone, it starts and they call it live transcript. So I'm assuming it's going to be the same type of thing. Basically, what it is, my Google Assistant says, hi, please, let's see, the Google customer is not available at this moment or something like that. Please state the nature of your business. Something like that. It's a little stilted. But it's not my voice. It sounds like an actual person who's answering my phone for me. And so then if they speak, which I love it when they do, a lot of times people just hang up, but if they speak, then it shows a transcript on my phone. It's typing in the text as they're speaking. So I can pick up my phone. So I'm not just screening my calls now. I'm seeing, somebody will say, hi, this is, Dr. Smith's office calling to confirm an appointment. And then at that point, there's a button for answer or decline. And so it's kind of neat because we used to have that with answering machines, right?
Right.
The phone would pick up, the person would start talking. You could hear it through the machine and you could go, and I don't want to talk to them. They can leave a message, or you could run over to the phone, pick it up and answer. And so it's kind of the same thing, except they're not talking through my phone. It's a text through my phone. Okay. So I'm thinking that that's the same thing, but what we're going to do is we're going to look and we're going to see if it has a description here. This is what's new in the iOS. You can personalize your screen. Okay. Change screen controls, control center. There's your control center that you're used to. So apparently you can customize your control center, which I guess you couldn't do before. Could you do this before?
I thought so.
Okay. Photos, redesign photo app. Organized by topic. Okay. You can pin collections for things that are more important to you. that could be really useful for people that you see scrolling through thousands of pictures. And just so we can keep this balanced, Google Photos does that as well. So you can, and remember, you can have an iPhone and still use Google Photos. In Google Photos, I'll open this up and we'll look at that in a second and compare that. Let's see, what else can you do? Messages, add text effects, bold, strike through, because your messages were so dull before. You can style them. I noticed that there are reactions that you can, they've changed their reactions. Like down here, used to be you could just tap and it'd be like a thumbs up, you know, the heart. Now it's doing like multiple, and I can't remember what this one's called, but my daughter did it. Emphasized. I sent
Yeah.
my daughter something and she sent, and I got a message that said my daughter emphasized my text, and I'm like,
Right.
what does that mean? And it's multiple exclamation points. Apparently you can send people cake now too. Safari automatically detects relevant information. Passwords. Okay. A new app safely stores all of your passwords, account credentials, and verifications in one place. Now, I thought that your keychain did that as well. Didn't keychain do that?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so I'm not sure why it says a new app, but this was what started the conversation because Scott said that it actually gave him sort of the motivation to get on board with the password, and he's changed his passwords, and he has them, very few of them that are replicated. Maps. Okay, FaceTime, wallet. Okay, notes. I'm not seeing live messaging. Is that what you called it? Journal, TV, home. Any of your home apps, privacy and security, redesigned how much information you share, which I thought you could do also before. Live video, 911, freeform, calculator. Did you not have a calculator before?
I did.
Use new tools like history and unit conversions. Okay, well, that's kind of cool. Conversions. Calendar, what's different about calendar? Redesign month, makes it easier to get an overview. And you can complete reminders right in the calendar. Interesting that it's not talking about the what you just said, Linda.
Live voicemail.
Live voicemail. I didn't see that at all. Let's just double check this. Live voicemail. And see what it has to say. Visual voicemail. No. No. Change your greetings. That doesn't look like any of that's new. Edit live photos, live captions.
I found
Wait a
live
minute.
voicemail.
Here. It
Go ahead.
says a new take on voicemail. If someone is leaving a message, you can view the transcript or even answer the call. And then it says, learn more about live voicemail.
Okay, interesting. It
I
didn't
don't
say.
think that came in on 18. I think that was there on 17.
It just
Oh.
showed up on mine, so I don't know.
Huh. Well, it was interesting when I typed in live voicemail, it just didn't even show up as a thing right there, right? I mean, I did live voicemail. What if I split it? Maybe it's that.
Okay.
Live. Edit live photos, live captions of spoken audio. Live conversations around you. Live speech.
Are you
Live.
looking under search?
Yeah, I am. I'm in Apple
It comes
support.
up live voicemail, but it doesn't look new. It looks
Okay.
because it's already turned on and I'm using it, I guess.
Okay. All right. Well, that is exactly like what using my Google Assistant does as well. Now that's because I have a Google Pixel phone. I don't think, let's see, Renee and Andy, you guys have Samsungs, don't you? Do you have the same feature?
See, we don't even do that. I just do regular,
Yeah, go ahead.
I just do regular text messages.
But when you get a phone call,
Yeah.
it's a new feature on my phone and on the Apple phone. If you get a phone call and the person starts talking, like they're going to leave a message, do you get a transcript of that as they're talking?
No, I don't
Okay.
even get that. With if the phone rings, it just goes directly to voicemail if I
Yeah,
don't get to it.
Huh.
yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
It
We
probably
don't have
won't be
anything
far
like that.
behind. And you know, the whole thing that answers my phone for me is AI. And that's one of the things that I wanted to briefly touch on in terms of the new phones are all saying, oh, and now AI enabled. And I had an interesting conversation yesterday where people were really, really not appreciative of AI as the tool that it is. They were seeing it as a really bad thing. And I had to remind them that we use AI in many forms, and it's just an extension of what we've always used in terms of spell checker, for instance. That's intelligence. How long has it been that we've been texting or typing on our phones, not on computers, but on our phones, and we start to get predictive words,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
We've had that for a long time. That's AI. We just hadn't call it AI back then, but that is AI when it's predicting in a sentence that you're creating your language style because it's the way you write or the way you speak, the way you communicate, and it's going to give you words. For instance, it's never going to predict that my next word is cool beans. But I have a friend who says cool beans all the time. And I'll bet that in his phone, if he's typing a sentence that would be appropriate, it would show up. Mine is going to be awesome, wonderful, or fantastic. Those are the 3 words that I use when we're saying something is woo, you know. But it's never going to come up with cool beans because it knows my pattern. It knows my speech pattern or my writing pattern. It's going to repeat those patterns. So AI in phones, don't be afraid of it. Even when it's like, oh, do I really need this? This is kind of annoying. You also have the options to turn stuff off. Going into your settings and figuring out, okay, no, this is not what I want for this. In mine, if I have a text and I go down, let's see, let's just go to the one that I was doing with Louise. So here's my text. I just sent her call me. And then I've got all this stuff down below. This is a whole new bar. And that one there is my chat. And that is AI chat. Ask me anything. Find the best Thai restaurant in town. Or I can go to Compose. And when I tapped Compose, here's an AI prompt. It says write about, and then I put in a prompt, and then it gives me, do I want to be professional, casual, enthusiastic, informational, or funny? And I can tap on or put in, I can put in another suggestion. It says, or I could be Shakespearean. That would be really weird. And then my format, I can be paragraph, email style, bullet points, a blog post, short, medium, or long, and then it gives me a preview. So this is just all coming from, I'm in my text. So I'm gonna stop that a minute. This is my text. This is my messaging app. And there's my usual stuff. I can add pictures and photos and things like that. But then when I go down here, I have other things I can add. Like I can add a GIF and send it to somebody. I can send a sticker to somebody, which I think is pretty ridiculous. And then the next one is designer. Now I can create my own art through AI because it's now on my phone. This particular one, what I use on my phone is a keyboard. It's a Microsoft keyboard. So I'm getting the Microsoft, whatever it's called. What's it called? Whatever they're Copilot. And so that's what I've got because I'm using a Microsoft keyboard. I get Microsoft keyboard AI Copilot to draw, to text, to compose a sonnet, whatever. Because that's the keyboard I'm using. And you can use any keyboard you want. You don't have to take your default keyboard. But that's, even though I have an older phone, it's a Pixel 6. It comes with AI because I've downloaded that keyboard app and I keep it up to date. So kind of weird. Linda,
Yes.
thoughts?
What should I say?
Have you experienced any of the AI on your phone yet in terms of creating?
Just what you were saying, I'm aware that it's been happening for a long time. What concerns me is sometimes it seems to actually send something that I didn't write it and I didn't send it. And that happens. I've had it happen.
Interesting. And not just because your phone was unlocked and in your purse bouncing around?
No,
Huh.
no,
Interesting.
it's not a good thing.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. That would be concerning. You do use a screen lock on your phone, right?
You know, that's I would have that question. I keep getting warnings about locks, and I don't know what those locks are. I really don't.
Okay. So I think it's a default on an Apple phone, but for those of you who have Android phones, same thing. You should have the lock on your phone. So when I turn, right now my phone is on, and if I touch it and keep it open and renew the touching, then it stays on. The minute I push my little power button here once, that then locks my screen. So, and I do that when I'm done every time.
Wow, I never do that.
Ah, so that might explain some things. So
Okay.
now it's very clearly locked, and you can see I can touch my fingerprint. It went away. I can touch my fingerprint and it will open it back up again. So that's unlocking my screen lock. Now, if I restart my phone, I can't unlock it with a fingerprint. It requires my passcode as an added layer of security. So then all I do is swipe up and then I put in my passcode, and it can be a pattern or a set of numbers. It can be 4 characters. It could be 6 characters. More is always better, but my phone's always with me. So so that's what we're talking about. Now for Apple people, it's Face.
Right.
Most of you, it's Face, right?
Right.
And so theoretically your phone wouldn't open up if it were in your purse or your pocket because your face isn't in there.
Right. But
You
you
know,
have to do
but go ahead, Joyce.
have to remember to do the click when you're done using the phone.
So what you were just explaining now, I'm not clear because Joyce is saying you click, but Betsy, were you talking about the iPhone or the Android when you
Both.
were
Both.
both of them?
Yeah,
So
'cause-
then, okay, so I just count on that when I put my phone down, after a while, it goes off the screen. But you're saying we're supposed to click it. Okay, now I know.
I'm saying I do.
Okay,
I do because I don't want any inadvertent, because there have been times when I have not, and I stuck it in my pocket, and then I took it out of my pocket and I'm like, how did that get there? What am I doing there? I haven't looked at that particular website or whatever in a while, but you know, I have at some point in time, or I haven't opened that app. I had an app open up the other day because I didn't close the phone by clicking it to shut down the screen. Basically, it's called lock screen.
That
So,
probably
yeah, it's a
also saves battery, would be my guess.
saves battery, and it's just a good habit to be in. Also for security.
and I like the idea because I inadvertently call people frequently, which I don't mean to do, and then I have to deal with those. So that I'll start doing that. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Okay. All right, awesome. All right, so let's see. We're going to talk about storage for a minute because I want to make sure that Louise, Louise, are you here now?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm
So I
standing
wanted
up-
to
I'm
show
standing up,
you-
but I'm sitting down now.
Okay. I wanted to show you what came through when you sent your message this morning. So
Okay.
this is what I got in my email. And normally I don't look at emails. I did not get this in my text messaging, but this is what I got in my email. And it's a phone number, and it came from tmomail.net. And you said, hi, I can't get the link. Is it canceled? And it was an attachment here, which shows me it came through text.
Okay.
So somehow you texted my email.
Mhm.
And so then I responded to you and said, no, we're here. Check your email. I sent the link.
Yeah.
And here's what I got. Let's see. With that, message blocked.
Oh,
So I was like, okay. So, I then texted you and told you to call me because I did have your phone number here.
mhm.
But all of this, by it not being your, if you had said, thanks, Louise or something, then I would have known right away who it was.
I see.
But we
I
got
see.
creative with it. So I'm going to delete that one, and we are going to look at Google Storage.
Mhm.
You had said my Gmail account is full. I use a lot of data on my phone. I need to find a new way to search. Not the same thing, but we'll go back to your original question, which was you were getting messages from Google. It says you're out of storage and will stop receiving emails in 28 days.
Mhm.
Says you are 100% full of your free 15 gigabytes of Google.
Right.
And what I was confused about was this line here. Did you draw that?
No.
Okay. I mean, that came in your original email, so
Huh.
that was a little bit confusing. And then my question was, I would check your Google account and check your storage. So what I wanted to make sure that everybody knew to do was how to check your storage, first of all.
Okay.
So in iCloud, since we're starting with iCloud, if I go to Scott's settings, try not to touch too many things while I'm dropping this. If I go to his settings in his phone, pretend this is phone, and I look right here at where his account name is, and
Mhm.
right underneath there, it says Apple ID, iCloud Plus, media, and purchases. So that's where I'm going to go in an iPhone. So general setting, just settings, and then I'm going to go to where your account is. I'm going to tap on that, and then it's going to open up on the side. On the phone, it's going to open up.
What did you just tap, Betsy?
I tapped his account.
Yeah, I got that part.
Yeah, that's all I did was tap that.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then when I look down on your phone, it's going to open up just on the phone itself. On an iPad, it's going to open up sideways, right?
Right.
And so if I look down here, I've got iCloud. So I tap on iCloud.
Okay.
And when I
Gotcha.
look there, that's where it's going to show me what I got going on in my iCloud. This is not on the physical device, right? We are looking at iCloud storage.
Right. Mhm.
Okay, so this is cloud storage. And Amy, I will talk about Android in one sec. And so what he's got primarily, that first big bluish purple line,
Mhm.
that's backups. And I can see that listed underneath there.
Okay.
Really tiny writing. It says this purple is backups. The next piece is messages. That's that big long green line. That's text messages.
Mhm.
So anything that came in messages, he's apparently keeping them all. Whoops, let's go back. Then the next one, little tiny yellow, right up there, little tiny yellow, that is photos. That's how much he keeps in his iCloud.
Oh, yeah.
Much photos.
And I have a lot. Mhm.
Yep. And then the next one is others. Now, as I scroll down, I can see what are the values for that. When I look at what are each of these things holding, it says manage account storage. So next to that little graph right there, it says manage account storage. So when I tap on it, then it's going to show me the graph again, and then it's going to show me each thing and how much data it's actually holding. This is really useful information for everybody to be able to find, to kind of gauge what's going on with my stuff, and are there any habits that I would benefit me to change, any things I can clean up that would help give me space, which makes things run faster and better and gives you the storage you need. So right now, backups is 22 gigabytes. Messages is 16 gigabytes. And then we drop way, way down to only 720 megabytes for photos. So if you see percentage-wise, that's a real nice, what does that mean? He's not holding a lot of photos in his iCloud storage. Now, if we go to his, what he actually uses for photos, which is his Google Photos. So I'm going to go down and I'm going to tap on Google Photos. So I'm in settings, and Google Photos has a similar little looking pinwheel thing, but it's different. This is the Google Photos account. When I tap on that and I look at all photos, it's going to show it here, and it's not going to show me here. Where that would show me where that's taking up space in my storage is going to my Google account. So I'm going to do it on my computer. It'll be much easier to see and much easier for me to handle as we're doing that. So what I'm going to do is show you step by step. So if you want to know how this works, go ahead and leave your phones alone for a minute, because I'm going to go step by step so that you're seeing exactly we go from A to B to C. So I'm going to share screen. Oh, somebody left a message. I have a question about text when you're ready. Okay. You want me to answer text now, Carlene?
Well, you already kind of discussed it. It was about, I got an Apple message text, on my iPad, which I don't look at all the time and I don't carry around with me.
Mhm.
And it was a number. So anyway, but I know we've covered this sort of, but it's not clear.
So,
So
my
do I need,
understanding, and Linda, Joyce, and Jackie, correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding was that in this new update, and I'm sad they didn't talk about it in that article there, in the new update, Apple and non-Apple folks could talk to each other easier now in text messaging. What used to happen is it would send to your iPad and not send to your phone. And people would say, I messaged you. Or I would, because I don't carry around my iPad when I had one. And occasionally I'd pick it up like once a week and I go, oh, I have text messages from Abby. That's who I would be getting them from. It's like, they wouldn't come to my phone because my phone was an Android. It was only going to my iPad. But now I think in the 18 update, I think that it's working better for everybody. So as everybody onboards the Apple update, I think that makes it better.
I think Apple was sued, and that's probably why they did it.
Okay. It's kind of weird. They wouldn't want folks to be able to communicate, but okay, whatever. All right. So let's go. We're going to go step by step with discovering your Google storage, because that's actually Louise's question.
Yeah.
Because Louise, we were looking at, you have an Apple phone, right?
Oh, yes. Mhm.
Right. But you have Google storage. So
It
when
would
I
seem
so,
so.
and
Yeah.
you do, because
Yeah.
if this is real, and I couldn't see it because you don't have the drop down here. And that
Yeah,
was
it
one of my
real.
questions.
It was real.
Okay. So it was definitely coming from Google.
Yeah, because this morning I decided I was going to buy some more space because I was up to my 15 gigabytes.
Gotcha. Yep.
And I did, and now um I have 18 left. So I'm a little ahead of myself now.
Okay.
I only took the cheapest plan there was for the month just to
Okay.
see how it works.
Great.
So I'm
So,
back with you on the screen with the
Okay.
iCloud storage and everything, okay?
all right. So I'm going to my account, and to get to my account, I'm going to go right here in the corner where my little icon is. And I'm going to go to manage my Google account.
Where
Now
are we
it's
now?
gonna-
We back on the phone?
No, I'm doing it on my computer so that you can see it better rather than trying to balance a tablet.
Okay, so this is out of this settings app now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we're now, so the difference is what we're doing is we were looking strictly in an Apple device.
Right.
And so that's where we were in the settings app. Now, doesn't matter whether you're using Apple, Android, whatever device you're using, we're going to, because that was iCloud storage, right?
Yeah.
That was very specifically iCloud. Now we're going to, any device at all can have Google storage, right? So we're going to go ahead and look at your Google storage. So first thing I did, I hate this little zoom bar. See if I can get rid of that. So what I did was I was in my emails. I mean, I could be in my just Google search. Doesn't matter where I am.
Okay.
But I am already signed in because there's my little icon that says, this is my Great Heart Helping Hands for You account, right? So when I go to click on the account, by clicking on the little picture in that upper right-hand corner, then I go to manage my Google account.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm in my Google account. This is all cloud-based. I am on the internet. This has nothing to do with the computer that we're looking at. Now, I can look over here and I can see all kinds of things, which I highly recommend people get used to. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here and I'm going to say storage. All right, where did it go? Nothing happened. Let's try it again. Manage your security, privatization, storage did not come back. So let's go to search Google account storage. Isn't that funny? I didn't say account. So I'm going to go to manage my storage, and notice these are articles, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I can go to account storage here. I can go to manage my storage, and these are all going to be articles. So to back up, you have all this access to all this information. Just let's put in account storage and see what happens. It gives me the same result. Manage my storage, manage storage and Drive, Gmail and Photos, and account storage. So let's look at both of them. We're going to look at this one first. So this account is the one that I don't pay for any extra storage. And it says I've got 15 gigabytes of storage, and I have used 0.41 of 15. So not even 1 gigabyte yet. So it's a very, very small amount. What is it used for? It is Drive, Gmail, and Photos. Very little in this account. And it says, here we go. I can get 100 for 49 cents a month. It's on sale, apparently.
But 1 month, that's what I did.
1 month.
Right.
And then it's $1.99
Mhm.
per month after 2 months.
Yeah.
So you get 2 months at 49 cents to test it out, see if you like it. And then it's $1.99, which is what I'm getting. 100 gigabytes for $2 a month, which is $24 a year. It's the
Okay.
best money I've ever spent.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So ways to use your account storage: back up your phone, upload photos and more. And then there are suggestions. I can take photos from iCloud. So if you found that your iCloud was getting full, and you had a lot of storage in Google, like you did this, now you have 100 gigabytes, but your iCloud storage is full. You could always import your photos from iCloud to Google Photos, free up iPhotos, and then you'd have more storage. And then of course they're going to, you know, push the, what could I get? So this is free. This is your basic. Here's the standard 200 gigabytes. I'll bet in the rest of my lifetime, I wouldn't use 200 gigabytes on my one that I do pay for. And then premium terabytes, 250 a month. I'll bet in all of our lifetimes, I wouldn't use 2 terabytes. So, this is where you're going to see how what you got going with your storage.
Yeah.
Right. Notice where I am now is I'm in Google One. So that's my Google account, and that's about my storage. I'm going to go back to home, storage and more with Google One, and it's telling me I've used 2% of this. Right now, backup is off on this, and I can clean up space. Now, this also happens. I'm showing you the account that has very little in it.
Yeah.
But in my phone, which is my primary account, I do this all the time, clean up space. What happens? I'm going to click on it, and it's going to tell me I'm using Gmail 395 megabytes, which is very small compared to how much I have in 15 gigabytes, right? Google Drive, even smaller still. Google Photos, very, very tiny. But it's telling me, what could I do? There are 4 megabytes of emails in trash. Okay, if I want to review that, I click here. It's going to show me what these are. And it's going to, I can scan really quickly and see whether or not these are things I want to keep or not. But honestly, I'm pretty fastidious about not putting stuff in trash if I don't want it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say delete all. And it says 70 items. I understand they can't be recovered. Yep, let's do it. Permanently delete. I didn't put it if I didn't want it. Now I've gotten 4.94 megabytes back. That's not a lot, but it is something. Now let's look at spam emails. There are no spam emails to delete because I do that a lot too, is keeping up with my spam emails. Right, I'm going to go back one, and I'm going to go back to now, what else can I clean up? Large files, emails with large attachments. Now, these are not ones that are, excuse me, in my trash folder, but I can look at it. All right, pictures, some documents. This is from August 26th. Okay, these are some applications. So these have some stuff. I do need those, but the question is, do I need these emails if I've already saved this document somewhere else?
Right.
I don't. If I save this in Google Drive, now remember, I'm in M for mail. If I have looked at this application, downloaded it, and it's in my drive, I don't need it in 2 places, right? That's just duplication that's taking up space that I don't need at all, that I could use. So a few documents there. Overall, it's 184 megabytes. That's not very much. I would review these, see if I need them, see if I've saved them elsewhere, and then get rid of them. Large files. Let's see what this is. These are some photos, some applications. Oh, look, there's the thing I did for Jerry. You know, just documents. It says these are large files. Large files is a relative word. This is 227 kilobytes, which is smaller than a megabyte, which is smaller than a byte.
Right.
So not that big, right? It's not taking up that much space. When I look at it, if I go back, it's 18 megabytes. This one's 184. So do I need to clean these up today? Not really. And when I look, you know, these numbers are so small that that's not a problem. But
Okay.
when those numbers aren't small, that's when you can start to do some cleanup. And Google is automatically going to direct you through, let's clean up some space here. Let's see if we can get you some more storage space. Questions?
Huh. Well, a funny thing, just now I looked at my messages and I got a message from United Explorer, and it said, I made a $1 international transaction with Google services on October 9th. That's the credit card I used for this upgrade that I put on today
Uh-huh.
to increase my storage. But I was laughing because it said I made an international transaction, because I guess wherever Google's pay
Huh.
process is, it's out of the US somewhere.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I was surprised because last a week, well, 2 weeks ago, I actually got my card scammed, so I had to change cards and all that happened. So I probably put another setting up that probably says warn me of any unusual transactions,
Good.
And here it was.
Good. That's excellent.
Yeah,
That's what you
yeah.
should do.
Yeah, I've also
Um,
been following your guidance the other week about the changing the credit checks, like in Experian and Expedia. So
Yes.
I did all that during the week, and I did what you said. Don't do it when you're tired or stressed.
Mhm. Yeah, it can be a little stressful.
Yeah. So I suggest all that back to the members too.
Good. Linda.
On that $1 item,
Yeah.
you're aware that sometimes those $1 items are sent through as tests to see if it's going to work, and if you've been having trouble and
That's right.
you don't know that you put that through, you might want to follow up on that.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's probably it most likely is true because I just did it. It said at 8:51 a.m. So that was, just this morning before I got online with you guys.
But how could a $1 item go through that you're not aware of?
No, I am aware of it. I
Oh,
did
she
it.
is
I
aware.
used-
Okay.
I used
all
that
right.
card.
I'm
That was
sorry, I thought you said
Right.
it just showed up.
right
Okay.
because this was my the newest card I received a week ago, Sunday or Monday, and then I just used it. I guess maybe it's not the first time, but that international transaction triggered the warning that I just got.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good. All right, let's look at a couple of things that are not on the radar today. They came through, so I wanted to make sure that people saw them. So I got this upcoming changes to our legal agreements, and this is PayPal. And it says there's policy updates in terms of your data and privacy. So again, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look and see where is it coming from. No reply at communications.paypal.com. Looks pretty legit to me. This looks pretty legit, although with AI, all of the logos are much easier to fake.
Really?
Now, I wouldn't really do this policy updates page. What I would do is I would go to PayPal. And I would notice it's not sponsored. I know Amy's not here, but it's not sponsored. I would look and see, there we go. About the source says that it is PayPal. Looks good to me. And I'm going to do sign into my PayPal account. It is PayPal sign in. My password manager is automatically going to do it for me. And I'm going to log in. And here's security challenge. Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm a human. And then when I'm in my PayPal account, now I've already forgotten. What's my question? It is policy updates page. I've never been to this. So let's see. Home finances, rewards, activities, help. Let's just go with policy updates.
Sorry, I have to leave. Great class.
Thanks. See you. Updates, policy updates. And so it's going to say, where is the policy updates page? Click on it, and it's going to give me that right there. And it's going to give me all the policy updates. I can view them right there without clicking. So I went and generated it myself. Now, the other thing I tried this morning was to look and see, because I thought this was interesting. PayPal is committed to preventing fraudulent emails. Emails from PayPal will always contain your full name. Let's go back up. Well, it didn't actually like address me at all, other than the fact that it was addressed to me, but okay, fine. What can I do? What I'm going to do, I'm curious about this article, Learn to Identify Phishing. So on my computer, not on my phone, it won't work on my phone, but I'm going to right click on my computer and I'm going to copy the link address. I've copied it. Okay, so it's on my clipboard. Then even though this is a no reply, I'm going to go ahead and hit reply because I sent it from my own thing anyway. And then I'm going to paste that email, that link address so I can see the full address. Where is it coming from? https://www.paypal.com. All the dots are in the right place. All the letters are in the right place. /US web apps, security, suspicious activity. So up until this point, right to here, this is what I need to know about. Is this real?
Nice.
And I cannot see any errors in this. So I would feel good about going ahead and clicking that link to see what they're talking about. But I did not click the link. I just merely copied the link, which means I didn't open it.
How
But
did
now
you
I'm going to
do-
go ahead and open it.
Oh,
It took me right to PayPal. Notice because I'm logged in on my other tab here and put in my username and password. When I opened up another tab by clicking that link, it still has me logged in. So I'm still logged in just on 2 pages. And then they have a nice little article here on how to identify fake messages. Number 1 common cybercrime in 2022 is fake messages. 25% more reports, 41% of fraud attempts were made through text or email. And so then it's going to tell you, so I'm going to send you all this link
good.
in terms of how to do this. And I will log out first when I send it to you. So that's one way when, and I had gotten a couple of questions about, ooh, is this something safe to do? And I thought it was really funny. The text that I got, and then this is pretty much it for our day. I got a text yesterday, and I'm going to read you. This was the first time this person ever texted me, and they sent me a screenshot. It was of an email, and it said, "Hey, it's me." I'll just say it's me. "I have a tech question for you." That's a snapshot of an email from an unknown. The information there is correct, aka the information in the snapshot has this person's name, their address, and their phone number. It says the information is correct. I have no idea what it is about or who this is from. What happens if I open the PDF?
They got you.
This is somebody from Joy, by the way. So if you are at the Joy Center in any classes, I highly recommend like dropping an ad for this class, because I know there isn't a soul in this class that didn't know the answer to that question, right? What happens if I open up the PDF? So here was my answer. Absolutely delete this and empty the trash immediately. You are smart to question it. Never open attachments that you aren't expecting. For instance, if you email me and ask me to send you a document and I send it to you, you can open it. Otherwise, it's an attempt to infect your computer, your phone, your cloud account with malware or a virus. Some are so bad they can literally lock you out of all of your digital data. The information is correct because that's public information now. Your name, your address, and your phone number. You can find that anywhere. And then I did a True People search on this person and sent that to them, sent them the link so that they could see all of their information that's online right now on truepeoplesearch.com. And I said, I did a quick search using your first and last name, your address, and got the result above. Much of the information we think is private now is not. That's how easy it is for someone to dupe you. The text I got back said, so don't open it? Is that what you're saying? With 3 question marks. I said,
Yeah.
never open an attachment you aren't expecting. Thank you for your help.
Okay. All right,
So
Betsy.
there are people who don't know these things and you need to
Yeah.
share them.
I
Right.
just learned
Yep.
when you said empty your trash right away, because I don't do that. I empty my trash like once a month. So I wouldn't have, that would have been sitting in my trash.
It's always best when you find something crazy like that to just get it out of your life. Delete forever. Hit that big, big delete key. You don't have to empty all of your trash. If sometimes you have the habit of putting something in trash and later on you go, oh, I really wanted to look at that. But you can go into your trash, select that one thing and delete that forever. You don't have to delete all of your trash all at once, although it's a good idea to keep up with that. But yeah, I like to get it off of my device, out of my life immediately. So good thing to do. Thank you all.
I just looked in my trash for my PayPal. I got that notice that you got.
Okay.
Yeah,
There you
but I
go.
would never click on something like that.
I know you wouldn't. But share this information with people you run into all the time. Even if you just say, hey, I learned a fun thing in tech class this week.
You know what I'm having a problem with all of this, that we have to be so careful. A lot of people are being careful. And if I try to call somebody that I haven't called in a long time or email someone I haven't emailed in a long time, it's you can't get in touch with people a lot. And I don't answer calls.
Yeah.
They're not in my list. No.
I try to text the person first if I haven't spoken to them in a long time, figuring that it probably would be something that would be, innocent and they wouldn't have to respond at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah,
And
I
then
do
they
that a
would
lot.
Good, because you can read a text without taking any action.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
The other thing that I do is if I need to make a call, I will leave a message now, because if somebody calls me, I don't know the number and they don't leave a message, I don't call them back.
Never.
But if they
No.
leave me a message, I may or may not call them back. If it's spam, obviously
Yeah.
I won't. But
And now when you brought this up before and the lady was unfamiliar with the text that shows up in a voicemail, I've been getting them all along. So
okay,
it's even faster and simpler.
it is faster and simpler.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
Yep. Everything was good today. Thanks, Betsy.
All righty.
Thank you.
Thank you
you.
all.
Thanks so much.
Have a great week.
Okay, bye.
you
Hope
next
everybody's safe in Florida.
Yes,
Yep.
please.
The Keys
Take
in the best place. Sun is shining.
Good.
Yay. That's awesome.